Hey Raiden, it's Thorn here. Video on my own bike actually was filled with too many rambles and not enough straight to the subject. So you did ask, would you do it all over again? And to that, I can answer it two ways, and both ways are completely honest. If I could go back with the same amount of money for the same reason of my last bike being totaled and looking to get a new bike, knowing everything I know now, um, I would answer this in two parts, and I'll answer the first part now. I would get a different bike. I don't see any reason behind a 19-year-old, myself, owning a super sport. I don't. I don't see any reason behind it. I mean, yeah, the ZX6 is my dream bike. The bike's my baby. I treat the thing with love and care, and um, I I don't know. I can honestly say that I would give up the bike that I have now for more of a commuter bike, a cheaper insurance bike, a bike that is more reasonable for a 19-year-old to have. Um, but then the second part comes in, and that being, do I really want a different bike? And that's answered as yes and no. I love my motorcycle. I love my ZX6. I wouldn't want to be without that bike. That bike is everything to me. Yet, I can also say that I would get rid of my bike for a cheaper, more economically affordable motorcycle for someone who's my age at 19, and when I first bought it I was 18. I I can't say that I'm happy with the full decision that I made, but I also can't say that I'm upset with the decision that I made in order to stick with the ZX6. Now, it does come about that, you can ask, well, why get it then? Well, the reason being is it's my dream bike. I would keep it only for that reason. It's a bike that I've always wanted from the first day ever seeing a ZX6 to now owning one. I wouldn't give up that bike at all. I mean, I joked with LFOD about trading, and I brought up that I'd trade. And yeah, I can say that if I went back now, knowing that there was a bike out there that was more suiting for me, lower to the ground, it was overall a better bike for me, and that being said, it was also a lot more flickable. Um, I would honestly not make the same choice in one reality and make the same choice in another. Because there's two separate, I guess, two separate me's to this. The me that knows that a commuter bike is more reasonable and understands that a commuter bike is a lot more reasonable for someone my age, around 18 to 20, me being 19, it would be a lot more reasonable, especially with the fact that they'd be cheaper on insurance, they'd be cheaper to maintain, they'd be just as much fun. I mean, it's not like a Ninja 250 really isn't any fun. Ask anyone that had a Ninja 250. Did you find the bike fun? Like, yeah, you get bored of it. Yeah, you outgrow it because you can do everything with it, but I don't think a 600cc Super Sport was a right choice for someone my age. And I'm feeling the consequences of it now. Um, I go downstairs every single day, and I know that Super Sports are the target of most people here in Lowell for what bikes are going to be stolen. I know that. I understand that. And it's not the best choice that I've ever made. Nor is it ever going to be the best choice that I ever made. But I gotta live with what I chose. And a part of me still says that that bike is perfect for me. And another part of me says, you need to downgrade. And, I mean, there's really three parts of me. There's even another part that says you need to upgrade too. But if I upgrade, I'm going to be stupider. I already act like a hooligan on my own bike. I mean, LFOD saw it firsthand. I act like a fucking hooligan from time to time. Not all the time. I can be generally reasonable while riding, but there are times when you sit there and you go, hey, why not? Let's gain up some speed. Let's go a bit faster. And even if you're a more reasonable adult, you still do the same thing. There's that part of your brain that says, hey, I want to go faster. And then there's that part that says, let's think this through logically. Can you handle going faster? And me being 19 at this point, yeah, I'm gonna open up the throttle. But I'm also scared of opening up that throttle. So that's why I really do feel like even now, I feel like I should have gotten a commuter bike. But I also feel like I shouldn't have. Because had I gotten a commuter bike, I'd be pushing the thing to its limits every single day. I can't push the ZX6 to its limits, and I know that. I'm not on a racetrack every day. I'm not taking almost 90-degree corners at 80 miles an hour like I would be if I was on a track. I'm taking about 90-degree corners at like 25, 30 miles an hour. You know, it's a marginal difference, and I know where my strengths lie and my weaknesses lie. And one of my weaknesses is going for what I dream of, what I had always wanted. You know, that motorcycle is something that I've always wanted. I've always wanted a motorcycle. And getting a ZX6, it's my dream bike. Of course I would have gotten it, especially with the fact that it was within my price range. I wasn't looking to spend more than $13K on a motorcycle, and that's because I knew that I'd be buying brand new. And within my $13K budget range, $13K covered my insurance and the cost of the motorcycle. I was expecting $13K for a motorcycle and up to another 5, maybe 6 grand due to the fact that I'm a new rider, riding on my permit. But believe me, I'd change it all if I could. But I'm stuck here in the present, where I own a ZX6, where I've experienced the ride of a Gixxer 750, where I logically know that I should have gotten a commuter bike, but here I am. Here I am now, and I'm glad to stick with my choice, So there's the answer to your question, Raiden. If you could go back and do it again, would you? Yes and no. Thanks for watching, man. Sorry this droned on so long. Alright, peace.